Welcome to OMG's 10 Questions with Miss Universe Trinidad and Tobago 2024, Miss Jenelle Thongs.
Hello, Universe. Hello, Trinidad and Tobago.
The last time you were here was in November of 2016 when you were on the OMG cover as Miss Beauty Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes. I am so grateful for the opportunity. It feels like a full circle moment that we're back here together. But this time as your Miss Universe Trinidad and Tobago, I could not be happier for this moment.
So, question 1. Why have pageants always been important to you?
All right, so I'm the youngest of 3. I have an older brother and an older sister. My entry into pageantry was actually my sister. Her last pageant was my very first pageant. So, you know, they say little sisters love to follow their big sisters, and that could not be more true. And my first pageant, I felt something in my heart, like this is where I want to be. I want to be on this stage. I always wanted to be an Olympian. That did not happen. So it was merging 2 dreams into one. And I'm here today as your Miss Universe Trinidad and Tobago. Question
2. Would you rather explore outer space or the depths of the ocean? And why?
Okay, so immediately, no. Either question. My first thought is thinking, I won't be able to breathe. I know that I can, but I just don't think I could suffice knowing that I just have this glass over my head, and that's all that's saving me from the depths of the sea or the vast expanse of the universe. But if I had to choose, I'd probably say outer space. I would love to be able to see the Earth from that point of view. But if I had the best option, I'll stay right here on Earth. Can that be option number 3? Or?
Yes. Question 3. If you could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be and why?
That's a good one. That's a good one, because I think that we've had so many people to change the course of history. And how do you just choose one? But honestly, if I had to choose, I would choose a local person, and I would choose A.N.R. Robinson. I would love to have a conversation with him and ask him how he felt when he said attack with full force. I think that is something, every time I hear it, and I know that's probably a darker part of our history, but it shows our resilience, and it shows that Trinbagonians, once we fight for something, that we can stand for everything. And I would love to have a conversation with him to just ask him how he felt in that moment. And I could imagine how proud he felt with this country at that point in time. So that's what I would love to do. Yeah.
Question 4. People who know you know not to mess with Janelle about.
Not to mess with Janelle about time. I don't know when that happened. I don't think I was overly timely or could never be late. That's okay. But I think it's about respecting each other's time. And if you say to be there for 7 and I'm there at 7 and you show up at 8:30, I'll feel very hurt. So don't mess with me with time. Let's be on time.
Question 5. Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button for your life, and why?
A pause button. I think I would not want to go back to change anything that I did, because it can change the course of my future. But maybe a pause so that I can relish in the moment a little bit more.
Question 6. What's the most adventurous thing you've ever done, and how did it change you?
The most adventurous thing I've ever done. I'm wondering, have I lived a very safe life? What's the most adventurous thing? That's a very good one. I feel like I'm stumped a little bit, because the first thing coming to my head is I didn't do skydiving. I didn't do something that had my heart racing. But in the flip side, I think the most adventurous thing I've ever done probably would be getting married. I know for some persons they're like, how is that? But choosing your one person and making that declaration in front of God, your family, and friends has been one of the most defining moments of my life. And it is adventurous because now I'm traversing this very new arena of what it means to be a wife. So let's go with that for now until I do skydive, and I'll come back here and then we can do another 10 questions.
Question 7. If you could swap lives with any fictional character for a day, who would it be and why?
I don't know why Nancy Drew just came into my head, but I loved reading Nancy Drew stories when I was younger. So I would love to be her, hang out with George and Beth and solve some mysteries, but then come back into my real life because she had a lot going on as a teenager.
Question 8. Jenelle Thongs loves
God. Jenelle Thongs loves God. Right now, this new journey that I'm on is being very intentional with the things that I do. It's not an easy road, trust me, but if you go back to look at my crowning video, you'll see at the very, very end, I lifted my hands up in prayer because I felt very fitting in that moment for me to give thanks for this amazing opportunity. So Jenelle Thongs loves God. Don't forget it.
Question 9. Would you rather have the power of invisibility or the power of flight? What excites you about that power?
Flight 10 times over, simply because I would just love to travel and get there at my own time. I would love to see the world from a bird's eye view and just get a different perspective. And I'm hoping that I kind of get super strength with it so I can take at least one person with me. It'll be kind of sad to fly to all these places and be by myself, but I would love to fly.
Question 10. What would you tell the world about the most beautiful thing about Trinidad and Tobago?
Trinidad and Tobago's sweet, sweet TNT. I think it's a blessing to be called Trinbagonian. And I think oftentimes we take it for granted that we are multicultural, multi-religious, multi-ethnic, and we feel like everyone can belong in Trinidad and Tobago. No matter wherever I travel, I literally say that all the time. Like, you can be a Trini because we feel loved and supported in this twin island. And not a lot of countries can say that. So I want us to remember that when we go through life, every creed and race finds an equal place. The fact that we have that in our anthem should be something that we're very, very proud of. And I think it's our greatest export. And it's our people and our love for people. In closing, I am beyond over the moon grateful for this opportunity, for this privilege and this honor. And I invite you to follow me on this journey. This is not a win for me, but this is a win for Trinidad and Tobago. And I cannot wait to see what this year of rain brings. In 3 months, we'll be heading off to Mexico. That's just one part of it. But first and foremost, I'm your Miss Trinidad and Tobago. I'm your ally, I'm your advocate, and your ambassador. Thank you.